indulgent in the best possible way. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. The first time I saw it, it was in a pretty crowded theater. It was a big screen. I remember it's a hot summer night. Large crowd full of Zoomers and boomers. A lot of senior citizens there too, which is rock and roll, baby. At this point, like, come on, let's be honest. It's wildly funny. You see faces in this film that either look like they're gonna have a heart attack, an orgasm, or a slow realization that they might be gay. And I'm talking about the faces that I saw on the screen that night, not in the theater. Just saying. But I dug it, man. I dug it a lot. This is what the movies are about. They are about you want that spectacular experience, the kind where you're like, this has to be on the big screen. This absolutely has to be on the big screen. This is an event, and it was an event, and I loved it for that. And I love Elvis, and I'm so happy that Boz did it right. I was worried at first. It's not too long. I think it's just about right. I think the ending is pretty powerful, and I can see why the Elvis Presley, why the estate, why his family, they approved of this film. I mean, obviously, we're smart to approve of Austin Butler playing Elvis. I mean, he's outstanding. He's charismatic. He's intense. He's got the same aura, not the exact same aura, but from what I've seen from footage and from the clips that I've been obsessed with about the real Elvis Presley, he's got kind of the same vibe, the aura, the cool stance, the cool guy, the coolest cat in the room vibe that Elvis had. When you watch the movie, he shows it. Sort of, just he screams off the screen. I am a rock and roll star. I am the origin story. I am the first really big celebrity since Howard Hughes, and this is how I got the world to love me. This is how I got, ladies to realize that they they have a mind of their own. They have their own, sexuality. And he did that, and he was and also a gentleman about it. You know, so I just like that, and I like the story between him and the Colonel. Well, I know the Colonel's story, Colonel Tom Parker's story, very well. Thank you very much. I know that story as an Elvis Presley fan, and I'm very happy that they, sort of documented this weird but fascinating relationship. The relationship in of itself is worthy of a movie. Even if they didn't do this about, I mean, this is actually more about that than it's about Elvis's life. But yeah, you read about the story between him and Colonel Parker. Baz did it well. Baz did it very, very well. And yeah, man, it was a rock and roll movie, baby. It was a rock and roll licking good time at the movies. And I dug it very much. And yeah, it's nice to know that there's old timers still out there remembering Elvis, and now there's a bunch of new. There's Zoomers now obsessed with Elvis. I was the one in high school who had a King Creole. I still have the King Creole poster in my room. I've had it since I don't know 2014 or 2015, and I remember taking a picture of it, just like admiring my small movie poster collection earlier this year in February. I've been scrolling around. I've been looking at this picture. I have documented a picture of my proud but very dusty King Creole poster. February, proving people I was a fan of Elvis before the movie came out. I was obsessed with the Sun Records Elvis before anyone else. Not everyone else, I shouldn't say that, but I've been a fan for a long time. I can't. I'm not sorry. I'm not. I'm gonna sound like a hipster about it. I am a fan, and therefore this is my moment too as an Elvis fan, and I just am very happy about that. It's a big deal for me, big personal deal, and I just love the flamboyance of this movie. Um, it's very so many expressive faces in this film. So number 4 is Memoria, and this is I always try to be careful with this name because it's one of my favorite filmmakers. But Memoria is a great film starring Tilda Swinton, and it's directed by one of the greatest filmmakers from international cinema, uh, Apichatpong Weerasethakul. And hope I said he likes to go by Joe. That much I do know. He does like to go by Joe, and I think that's kind of funny. That he's like, call me Joe. It's like a name of a western or something. But he is a Thailand filmmaker, and he's just one of those guys who's made films that are again challenging, but I've always been fascinated with just trying to get into. I have gotten into it. I mean, it took several viewings of the Uncle Boon Me movie, but I got into him. I think that Memoria is probably his what's weird. It's like his most accessible yet his weirdest film, and it's about Tilda Swinton being obsessed with a noise. like the movie Tar, which we'll talk about later, and I decided to play this incredible song from the film Cesar Lopez. There's very little music in this film, but there is this nice song from Cesar Lopez, who contributed this short amount of music to the movie, and it's the song from Memoria, I believe, called Memoria.